back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shelby and I'm the owner of the Gift Gala shop. I make non-toxic soy candles and wax melt and all kinds of custom gifts. It is 8 a.m. I come out at about 6 and got the wax pot going, got it melting down 40 pounds of wax so we can pour candles on candles on candles this morning. It's gonna be a really busy week. I was gone Friday, Saturday, and part of Sunday, and that's the reason I look super tired this morning, but that's okay, we're vibing. And before we get too far into it, I just want to say I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I know we all say we're having a Monday, but I really hope that you have a great Monday and you hit all green lights and your coffee is wonderful if you drink coffee, if not, your drink of choice. I just hope you have a wonderful day. So not only are we going to be pouring a ton of candles this week, we're going to be packaging them up, doing a bunch of custom labeling, and I'm going to be working so hard on my ebook. It's the first time I'm really talking about this. Clear back in 2020, people were reaching out, wanting me to do a course of some sort, and I had this brilliant idea to do a really complex candle making school, and it just didn't really feel right. I couldn't find the right platform. I never really have had the time to fully invest in that, but it's something that's kind of been in the back of my mind that I have wanted to do. Gone back and forth on how to make it affordable for you guys and how to include things that really help you without tons and tons of fluff. I've taken several courses on social media, Instagram, whatever it may be. A lot of those courses were just fluff. And I always love to connect with people and hearing their stories. Those courses were just so long-winded and wordy that I'm like, okay, I did get some good points out of this, but could have done without all the extra reading. As I've been thinking about this all over again for this last month, I just keep getting DMs on Instagram and comments from people wanting to start their own businesses or fellow candle makers wanting tips, and it just keeps bringing me back to I need to do this. So this last week I done more research and I sat down and told myself we're gonna do the KISS method. We're gonna keep it simple, stupid. And what I mean by that is I'm going to, or I'm in the middle of, creating an ebook that will be available on my website. You don't even have to go through Amazon to get it. And I'm gonna try to keep it under 100 pages. There's just so many things that I wanna share with you guys on building a creative small business. Things that I wish I could tell my younger self and know them right out of the starting gate when I was 18 years old. So I actually started the outline this last week. I've been fleshing out that outline and I'm fixing to move it into the ebook format. It's not just going to be a boring book with words. We're going to have tons of pictures. It's also going to have a workbook with it. Each section is going to have a worksheet that's going to help you through each section and really help you build your creative small business as you're reading along so you don't get overwhelmed. So I'm super excited about this because this has been 5 years coming and I'm just so excited and kind of kicking myself because I could have done this ebook in 2020 and I was trying to make it way too complicated. I wanted to have a full course that had all of these modules, one that is super expensive for you and me, and it's not giving you anything that I can't give you in an ebook. I'm just super excited about this. I have a feeling this will probably not be my only ebook just because I have so much information to share with you guys and I don't want to overwhelm you. I don't want to get the buggy ahead of the horse. So we're just going to focus on this one right now. So this How to Build Your Own Creative Business ebook and workbook is going to be available April 26th. That's my deadline. I'm doing pretty good right now. I think that we can definitely stay on that launch date unless something super crazy happens in my life. That's like a daily occurrence. But anyway, we're shooting for the 26th. It's going to be priced very affordably. As a launch date nears, I will start posting about it on social media and probably send out a newsletter email. So if you're not part of our newsletter, I will drop the link in the comments of this video so you can sign up. I'm not spammy, and honestly, I could do better with emailing more consistently. I mainly just use this newsletter to connect with you guys and let you know when we have new products, when I'm having sales and new launches. Just want to explain a little bit. This ebook is not just geared towards candle making. I decided I wanted to do a whole separate ebook. Candle making is so complex, and that was going to make this ebook so extremely long. And I just feel like I've had more than one small business, and I want you guys to feel like you can build your small businesses just like I did and not feel like you're limited just to candle making. So this first ebook is going to be how to start your creative small business, and it's going to be anything from understanding the business licensing you're going to need to have your business to social media marketing. I'm going to cover how you launch your products, how you can sell on Etsy, my tips and tricks for selling on Etsy and building your own website, marketing avenues that I use that have helped me build and grow and scale my business. A really great section on product photography, so that way as a startup you're not spending thousands of dollars on professional photographers. I'm just including all of the things that I've learned over the last 14 years in my small business and what's helped me build them both to 6 figures. I wanted to say that this is to help all of you who are wanting to have a small business. Even if you have started your small business, all of these tips can help you, or struggling to grow, or you just want to get more polished. So again, that's launching April 26th. I will keep you guys posted on Instagram and even here in some of my shorts. Another thing I'm doing this week is I am gearing up for the summer and fall seasons for my wholesale section of my business. In my other 2 long form videos, you guys were asking me about wholesale and wanting to know more about that. This video I'm going to kind of touch on what I'm doing in my wholesale business right now, what I'm doing on fair, how I'm getting ready for summer, how I'm getting ready for fall and Christmas, because now is the time that you need to be thinking about that. Wholesale is a complex business. I feel like it's almost its own separate business. So in future videos, I'm going to try to include wholesale tips, kind of keep you guys in the loop on what I'm doing. So it's more of like a run-on sentence. So get to the wholesale portion of this video probably tomorrow, because today I've allotted to just pouring candles. That's what we're doing in the studio this week, and we have a lot of work to do, so let's get to it. Okay, so first things first, I have a bridal shower favor order that I need to fulfill. This one is going to Canada, and I've been working really closely with this customer. She liked one of my labels on one of my jar style labels, but I told her that my tins were more budget friendly, and so this was the option that she went with, and I just can't wait to see how they turn out. And she chose honeysuckle and jasmine as her scent, which is a really, really, really nice spring floral scent. It's one of my, I say that it's a spring floral. There's a spring scent. It's really a year-round type scent blend. It's got honeysuckle and jasmine and lily of the valley and just like a lot of green floral notes, and it's really, really beautiful for baby showers and bridal showers and really any type of more feminine events or people that like feminine fragrances. So I already had these prepped. So they're ready to go. They have the warning labels on the bottom. They have the wicks are set. So they are ready to go. I'm going to look at my list. Look at this list. You guys probably can't see this. Look at this list. There we go. Of all of the candles we need to pour today. And wax melts. She's got a ton of them. So I'm just going to begin working through this list. I start out by lining up all my jars, putting the warning labels on the bottoms, wick them, and then I begin the pouring process. Because we have so many to pour today, I'm probably going to multitask, and as soon as that wax gets hot, when I start pouring, then I'm going to move into labeling the jars and doing that type of thing, kind of double dipping. And yeah, I'm so excited for you guys to be along.
Vixen on the beat.
Now that I've laid out all my jars, I'm going to handwrite the scent name on the warning label and put it on the underside of all of the candles. This just helps me keep track of which candle's which, scent-wise, and the warning label is for protection purposes, and so you always have instructions on how to correctly burn your candle.
Mixing on the beat. Mixing on the beat.
Alrighty, we got all of these candles labeled, wicked. They are ready for wax. Wax melter is hanging in there by a thread. I just need it to make it through this set of candles, and then I can get my brand new melter out that I'm so excited about. So it's noon right now. I'm going to go grab some lunch because this melter just has a little chunk of wax like this big floating around in there, and by the time I have just a little quick sandwich, I think it'll be melted down, and we'll see how fast we can get these poured. P.S. My little boy is napping, and he's probably going to wake up about the time that I finish my sandwich, and so he's probably going to be out here helping us too. So if you see this little cotton top running around, that's my son, that's Denim. You know, as a small business owner, you want to have everything so prim and proper and polished, and I really want this vlog to be real and personable. And so the fact is, my kid is out here in my shop with me every single day, and so instead of trying to film around him, which is nearly impossible because he's 2 and just takes 1 nap at this point, I'm just going to film whether he's in here or not. You might hear some Miss Rachel, you might hear some Paw Patrol. I just want you guys to see the real behind the scenes of my small business, and I also want this to validate you, so I feel like that you always have to have perfect footage for the world to see, because we're all human and we're all just living this beautiful life. I love having him out here with me, and before we know it, we'll probably have him pouring candles too. Alright guys, I am back. We had a little lunch. Denim is still sleeping, which means we're gonna pour some candles as fast as we can. I'm also going to be working with my Nikon camera to see if I can do a time lapse on it like I do on my phone, so bear with me and let's get to it. We got probably 80 candles that we need to get poured, and it is 2:36, so let's see what we can get done. I'm gonna start my little timer, which is probably not fair because I'm gonna be messing with my camera, but we got our stopwatch starting now. Let's see what we can get done. a big portion of these poured. I'm really excited with how much we got done. I need to fill up my wax pot again and go through that all over again. I'm going to fill it up and I am going to let it melt down a little bit more and try to get the rest of these poured. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more scents, which sounds like a lot. It's just these right here and these bigger candles right here, but I got a big dent poured. I'm gonna try to get these finished up this evening and probably work on some of the labels this evening as well. And if I do get the labels done, we might do some labeling this evening or we might do it tomorrow. So I think I'm going to call it a day on this camera and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. It's almost 7:20 in the morning and we have a ton of candles that we need to get finished up, labeled, and sent out today. I have an appointment at 10. I think I need to leave at 10:30, a little before 10:30. So I have a lot to get done. Stayed up till like midnight last night doing some computer work, working on the ebook. So excited. So anyways, I'm running on like 0 hours of sleep, hence the bags and the eyes. That's okay, we're gonna get a ton of stuff done, so let's get to it. Everything done that I wanted to get done, and I need to run these all to the post office so they get shipped out by 5 o'clock and we can start fresh tomorrow. I just want to say thank you guys. I know I post this on Instagram all the time and I probably sound super repetitive, redundant, but I just appreciate each and every one of your orders, comments, and your likes and DMs. All of it just means so much to me and I couldn't do my job without you guys, so I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Tomorrow we're going to get started on Wholesale and I'm going to talk to you guys about what I'm kind of doing with that right now and how I'm getting ready for fall and summer. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, as I promised, let's talk about Wholesale a little bit. I just got into Wholesale a couple years ago and I have 2 separate segments. Wholesale, I do wholesale my products with my labeling and my scents and distribute them all over the United States, which is such a great thing for those of us that don't want to have a storefront. It's a great way to get your products out there as well as the store owners to make some money too, so it's a win-win in my opinion. The other thing I do is private label. So several years ago, I remember I got my very first message from somebody on Etsy asking me if they could just buy my candles and put their own labels on it, and at the time I was appalled with this idea because I'm like, absolutely not. I went to all of this work to make these signature scents and make this cute packaging. Like, no, I'm not gonna just let you plaster your name all over it. Fast forward to now and I'm like, oh heck yeah, like I love private label. So what I learned with private label is if you have any type of signature scent or signature vessel that you just want exclusively from your shop or studio, do not private label those. If you have generic jars that pretty much everybody carries, those are the types of products that I'm more apt to let somebody else put their labeling on. Now that doesn't mean that I just offer generic scents. That's not at all the case. However, there are some gift gala scents that I always want only to be available through my studio and with my labeling, just because I created the scent and I created the label that goes with it. I really don't have a gigantic range of wholesale items listed on Faire. I do have a pretty extensive catalog, and if any of you guys are interested in that, feel free to send me an email and I'll be glad to email that over. And it basically just includes all of the vessels that are available for wholesale and private label, as well as my full fragrance list, which we all know I have over 100 different scents, and I'm trying so hard to weed those out, and I just can't let go of any of them. They are so good. Another question you guys have been asking me is, how do you get on Faire? So you do have to be accepted to sell on there. Back a long time ago, I applied just kind of not thinking, and I didn't get in. And then when I really decided I wanted to go 100% into wholesale, I applied and I was accepted right away. And I don't know if that's just because I had a pretty big Instagram following, well, what I consider a big Instagram following, at the time. Plus I'd been in business for a long time and I had my Etsy reviews, and we had done like, I want to say 24,000 sales at that time or whatever. But you do have to be accepted. I do have a link as a referral that I can refer you to. So if you are interested in selling on Faire, again, send me an email and I will be glad to send you that referral link. So just a quick rundown of what I'm doing right now. I have already got a lot of my summer vessels and summer scents on Faire from last year. They are Old Faithfuls that I'm bringing back this year. And I do have a few new summer styles that I'm still working on that I need to launch, and it really is getting pretty late for stores to want to take a look at those and go ahead and buy them so they have them in their store for summer. But I still am going to launch a few more designs, and what I've tried to do was speed up my wholesale processing time a little bit. Originally it was 14 business days, and I've tried to trim that down to like 7 business days right now. And in the busy season, it might get longer. But one thing you have to think about is stores are wanting to buy wholesale in the off season so they can get ready for the candle season. So just keep that in mind. Just have a little bit shorter processing time if you're not as busy through the summer. And of course, I'm already gearing up for fall and Christmas. I've got so many ideas in my mind and I need to get them designed. I've got the Procreate app, and I do want to hand draw a lot of my designs this year for the fall and winter seasons, and I do have a lot of clip art that I've already kind of started working on. I really am excited to bring some of these new pieces into Faire and my wholesale catalog this year. So for those of you that are wondering about wholesale, I say go for it. You do have to really look at your pricing, and it does affect your retail pricing because it needs to be fair. You can't sell something wholesale for the same price as you do retail, and you also have to understand that Faire does take a percentage, and you need to factor that in when you're pricing your item. And that may mean raising your retail prices a little bit, and that's okay. I mean, we're living in society right now that inflation is an issue. I don't think any of us want to have to raise our prices. I sure don't. I want to bring the most affordable, best smelling, best performing candle and wax melt to you all at the very best price point. But on the same breath, I also can't control the cost of materials, and I also don't want to work for free. Though I do love my job, I have bills to pay too. So just really be thinking about that if you are interested in Fair and if you are interested in wholesale. There's some other options. You could do selling wise, you could do POS through Shopify. You can get a higher package on Shopify where you could have your wholesale customers actually create an account and wholesale through Shopify, but it is a little bit more expensive. And what I like to do is create my wholesale catalog and then just invoice wholesale customers that do not want to purchase through Fair. And a lot of my customers do love to purchase through Fair, and I do encourage repeat customers to use my special link. That way I don't have to absorb the Fair fees when they come back to me. So it's just a little tidbit on what I'm doing for the wholesale side of my business. And I hope that these tips help you, and I would say just go for it. I just like to jump head first into things and kind of figure it out along the way. If you're scared about wholesale, I definitely recommend doing a little bit of research, deciding if it's a good fit for your business, if you're willing to buy products in bulk, if you have a place to store your materials and stuff. Those are a couple things you need to be thinking about as well if this is something that you're interested in. Wow, we have come full circle. I am filming this on Wednesday, the day that this video goes out. We have had a heck of a week, and I'm so excited to get started tomorrow with the beginning of a brand new video. Again, if there's something that you'd like to see, just let me know. Send me an email or drop it in the comments. And again, thank you guys so much for following along on this journey. I hope that this is a space that you can just sit down and relax and feel comfortable. And I just hope my videos validate you and bring you happiness and make you feel like that you're not alone in this journey, and more like you're just sitting here having a conversation with one of your besties. I appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart, and we'll see you guys next week.